it's Jessica, and welcome back to The Letter. So, Isabella went home after we had a run-in with Marianne, and our sweet conversation with Zachary, but his priest friend did bless the house. I just feel like it's probably not gonna do shit, but yeah, let's continue, and hopefully the lady's not in this house. The food tastes less appetizing tonight. A pity. One would think that someone who has been continuously binging on instant noodles would find a home-cooked meal more enjoyable, but it isn't. Hunger isn't what's gnawing at me tonight, neither are my sore muscles. The TV runs loudly in the background, but what it says barely registers in my brain. It's hard when things you're trying to keep forgetting return to the forefront of your mind. It distracts you. It eats you. Devours you. I wish that would stop. I wish I wasn't the only one who picked it up. I wish it was somebody else.
In other local news, a woman was found dead in her home yesterday evening.
Why?
Luxbourne police officials are currently investigating the crime scene, but has classified the case as homicide.
Huh?
The victim, identified as Rose Pamela Cooper, 33 years old, working as a real estate agent.
What? She's dead? Rose?
Discovered lying in a pool of blood in her two-bedroom flat with the words "Help me" repeatedly written on the walls.
Oh my god, discovered. Oh my god. Wait, but she didn't look at the letter though. So how is she marked? No. This isn't what I want. This isn't supposed to happen. None of this is supposed to happen. No one is supposed to die. Those are just stories, right? Legends. No wonder we didn't have a fucking relationship meter with Rose. She was gonna die! That's what everyone has kept telling me, so why? And Immediately, I rushed to my study table in search of my phone. My hand, cold from dread, clings tightly as soon as I touch its edges. A piece of folded paper, the letter, lying unassumingly beside it, slips to the floor when I pick up the device. I pay no mind to it. There are more important things. Right now, I need to call her. I was with her. I was just with her not long ago, and she was okay. No. It isn't Rose, I'm sure of it. I just talked to her and... A sob escapes me and hot tears begin to blur my vision. One after another, they trickled down, weighed by the very same guilt I refused to admit I had been carrying from the start. The same one I've been hiding from. The same one that has put people I care about in danger. My hands shake as I investigate Rose's number on the contact list. She'll answer, right? That's what she always does. She'll pick up, tell me to turn down the waterworks, and call me a wuss afterwards.
She'll answer. Please answer, Rose.
Again and again I dial, whispering, praying, pleading.
Come on, Rose! Don't do this to me! Please pick up! I know you're there, Rose. You're not dead. Please tell me you're not.
This adds to the series of deaths and disappearances that has plagued Luxbourne in the recent years.
Again, remember the missing, employees from her workplace too. So, they killed the other employees too? Because that's what Rose is looking into anyway.
The authorities are currently looking at a possible link with the notorious Anselm Butcher case.
What? The TV runs loudly in the background. A deafening static sounds from my phone speakers. But in my ears, I can only hear the screams. Her pleas. Her whispers. Help me. We are not safe. Oh, God. A buzzing sensation jolts me to wake. My body still wants to sleep, to forget what I heard, what I saw last night. But it's there, nudging, prodding at me. Slowly I become aware of how awkward my position is and my aches in the company sleeping in a curled up position the night before. If I even slept at all. The memories are impossible to forget now that Rose is gone. That says it's easier when you say it out loud. Instead, the words weigh heavier on me each time. She's gone. Gone because of me. Gone because of the letter I was too curious to look at. I should have been more careful. I should have kept my mouth shut. Well, I mean, you don't really know, you're gonna pick up a letter and be like, oh, I'm cursed now. No one fucking thinks that. I should have destroyed it before anyone else had gotten involved. I should have... The notification light on my laptop blinks incessantly, mockingly, when I look at it, as if it's calling me to a sense of normalcy. I check it, nevertheless, out of habit more than anything. Strict attendance required today. To all BRC employees, in light of recent event, there will be an all-staff emergency meeting from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Attendance is a must. Company charges, new heresy, and policies will be discussed during the meeting. Everyone is expected to bring a copy of their own attendance logs and sale reports for the last 6 months to be submitted to your respective manager review. We are expecting everyone's cooperation. HR manager. If this was one of those typical days, I'd be happily to comply and get myself to our office. Today, Today my limbs just feel heavy. On one hand, going will keep me busy, take my mind elsewhere. The place in itself is a stark reminder of what my own fears have cost me. I should just... No, I think we should go to work. Maybe we can find more information on like what happened to like the other employees too, right? Moping won't get me anywhere. This is just like one of those things, isn't it? You deal with it a smile no matter how bad things get, and hope for the best. Although my whole body feels like lead and my limbs are sore, I push myself away from the chair and head to the shower. The letter I dropped on the floor last night flutters open as I pass by, unfolding for no one else but for me to see. Every word written on it glares back at me. They sneer. They ridicule, like living beings fully aware of what they've done. With a huff, I pick up it and shove it into my bag, perhaps with more anger and frustration than I'm used to showing. This too I'll deal with. Somehow I'll find a way to make things right. I have to, before it takes more people from me, even if I must do it on my own. Don't think you should do that, but okay. Papers rustling, telephones ringing, feet shuffling. Overall, today looks like a typical working day at Briar Realty Corporation, except it isn't. The air is thick with tension and unspoken questions. No doubt everyone present has already heard about Rose. If they missed last night's report, they'd likely see it on the morning news, in the papers, or on various news sites on the internet. Every word is a bitter reminder. In fact, everyone is giving me a wide berth, as though the mere mention of Rose would be enough to trigger something in me. It's appreciated, but it only serves as a create a bigger hole in the place the Rose has left. After lunch, my boss calls for a meeting. I don't have to look up from my work to know what it is about. He's in a strange, pensive mood today, probably out of respect for the dead colleague. Oddly, I appreciate him more than if he just shouted at me today. Anything is better.
I'm sure you've all heard of what happened to Miss Cooper. She was a valued member of our team, and she will be missed. There's no date for a funeral, yet, but those who wish to attend, kindly speak with your respective supervisors. By the way, has anyone heard about our still AWOL staff? None? HR, you know what to do. Santos, a word? In my office?
At the end of it, I've been given the entirety of Rose's workload, including finalizing rights papers, and I've been promising an ample compensation for my efforts. I think he's expecting me to be happy about it. Well, your friend died. How can you, that's not going to compensate for anything. Instead, I immerse myself in my work. I have to, anyway, if I want to forget. Time flies when you do, and by the time I give notice, it's already late. Everyone's already gone, leaving me in the company of the radio and a member of the janitorial staff. I don't even know his name. Rose likely does. She remembers people like that easily.
The Lutzbomb Police Department continues its search for the following reported missing people.
The radio blares one name after another. Hold on a second. Missing? Aren't they? Still, I have to check. Frantic, I turn back to my desktop. The loud typing of my fingers against the keys fill the office for a better part of my shift, and I look through everything. The background about the place, its history and current owners, the list of employees hired under BRC. And I'm right. Of course I am. BRC may have a lot of staff, but they have a lot of agent hired, but I remember those names anywhere. After all, they're also part of the crew who worked with us in preparing the mansion for the open house. Then the letters... No, wait, that can't be. I hope it's not what I'm thinking.
But Rose is...
Something snapped into the place in the fragment of a moment. These people, Rose, the letter...
I need to... No. If it's like this, they still won't believe me. I have to make sure of it first.
What? Evidence doesn't lie. That's what Ash often says, right? If I have proof, then maybe... I don't want to get my hopes up yet, but maybe there is a way I can save them. The letter, my phone, papers, anything that would be useful. I grab all of them and stuff them into my bag. Can't stay here. There's something I need to do. There's something those people should... The noise cuts sharply through the room, stopping my hand short, cramming into a pen into my bag.
Hello? Anyone there?
What is that? Please tell me it's just the janitor. Oh my god. Someone must have left their printer open again. I may have been in a hurry, but if I don't turn it off, another person is certainly going to have a fit tomorrow over wasted company resources. Most of the time, it's Rose who does the nagging, but... The clicking of my pen in my hand is a welcoming distraction as I search the said object. Each stride my feet take also echoes throughout the empty workplace. I've lost sight of the janitor minutes ago, and with me being the only one left, the tapping of my feet against the wooden floor is something I soon learned to appreciate. It doesn't take me long to find it. By the time I turn it off, 5 pages is already strewn around the ground. The paper tray also has been left ajar. Sighing, I pick up each of them to put someplace proper. But the page that greets me next makes my blood run cold. Oh god, what is it? Yikes! Again! Yo, girl, you're wasting paper! The chill that makes me run up my spine is numbing as the day in the attic. the sheet crinkle under my tense grip. All I can hear is my breathing as it wraps through my gritted teeth. Before I can even gather myself to take a step further out of here, total darkness suddenly envelops me. Ah! No, she's here! Stop! Dude, can't you just say hello? I need help. Why do you have to like make creepy noises? As if hearing every horror running through my inside of my head right now, something snaps. Ah! A soft creak grates through the thin veil of stillness and still has descended into the room. Every muscle, every bone in my body goes rigid at the sound. Familiar. So familiar now. Sorry, I'm trying to brace myself for something to jump out at me. Yet my own traitorous curiosity still presses me to carefully peek over the cubicle wall. No, don't do it! Oh, girl, why? Why did you have to turn up all the lights? My god, do you not like sunlight or something? Or light? It's her, standing at only the exit of the office, a bed facing away from me. She doesn't even need to turn around to know it's the same misshapen face, tattered clothes, and unsightly gait. Ah! The same person in the attic. I take a step back. The pen I'm holding slips from my hand, and... Ah! Why? You're beautiful, girl. Maybe you need to, like, you know, fix your eyes, but you're okay. Her entire head turns. I scream, almost escapes my mouth, and I duck under the table as quickly as I can. My heart is pounding hard against my chest. I can hear the bone-chilling sound of her walk, the weird clicking that follows her, and the telltale squelch of something wet as she walked towards me. By the way, just want everyone to know, I am playing this on easy mode, and I turned off the QuickTime events, because I don't think my anxiety can handle this. You know, I'm gonna start freaking out more, so in case anyone's wondering if some elements are missing, that's kind of why. Nearer and nearer, the sounds are slowly getting louder. The only thing keeping the whimper from escaping me is the hand that covers my mouth. Someone please save me! Ah! Anyone! I close my eyes, muttering a continuous stream of prayers, all the while attempting to steady my own breathing. Please, please don't let her come near me, or hear me, at all! Okay. Seconds, minutes stretch out before me agonizingly. Is she gone? Slowly open my eyes to take a peek. I don't I don't dare make a move or noise. Oh my god. Why is her like leg all like fucked up though? That's what I'm wondering. Because I know she's supposed to be like misshapen and like a demon or whatever, but there has to be a reason why her leg is broken. Right? Oh god. The face of such terror I can only beg lets out a silent plea to whoever is out there. Please, please don't let her notice. I want to live! Ah! Oh god, is it over? What happened? What? Are we in a different we're in a different character now. Oh my god, we just switched. Okay, I don't know if Isabella's dead or not, but now we're playing as Hannah. Okay. It's far easy to get them to pay attention in Rapture. They hang on my every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling if I had not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile if we're honest, and a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I'm...
Hannah, right!
There is a moment of agitation as a familiar but less welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Of course, I have to keep my all-benevolent smile to greet him, as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
He's more of Luke's friend than mine, really. I'm quite sure I only invited his wife. Much like I'm only friends with the chief inspector because of Luke, Luke is the only friends with Rochelle because of me. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for Lee, the matriarch. It was an odd sort of friendship where we would have an awkward double dates. I don't even recall his first name. It started with an N, I think. I might be wrong. Aside from being chief inspector of Luxburn Police, his wife Rochelle Lee, nee Vance, owns a general electronic company, fridges and freezers mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favourite socialite couple.
Uh-huh.
Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight.
Thanks!
I see the husband isn't with you.
The way he eyes me off his neck makes my skin crawl. Oh, he's being creepy. Okay, ew. I just wish Luke was here to fend him off more, and seemingly of our peers. You know the ones. Men are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets and getting close just because my husband is not here. Oh my god, why? And to think that they have the gall to do this to my own party? In my house, if I may add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with grace and dignity.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well. Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here.
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit tough sometimes.
And racist!
Acting like he's still some young bachelor. The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with her doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all.
So you're not gonna tend to your pregnant wife? Like, okay. We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, and he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my charging, I have been extricated from the few who flock in hope of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He is an innocent person, and I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him, as much as I want to. He regaled to me tales of Luxburn Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I am privy to, and though I loathe to admit it, it seems interesting nonetheless. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would understandably be enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy, I was wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right? In the mirror, I see the new tank chasing on foot and screaming about theft. The look on his face was priceless when I parked it in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle has a strange love-hate affair with Lee. He's a married man who did not grow up with past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. I, on the other hand, well, Luke is no Lee. I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although my darling did have his moments.
Hey, the wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't. But a flat in downtown. I suppose if that's what you like.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife. I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
I know what he's talking about. There are really only a few urban legends around here. It's...
The Ermengarde Mansion?
That's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that. It'll be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace. She worked for the Exodus for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom. I think I have a business card, right? No, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? McCullough.
Wait.
Marianne, I believe, yes.
Are we in the past or present, like right after Isabella? I'm confused.
But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself. This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Sure, a 3-story penthouse might not fit the definition of small for someone. Okay, maybe a lot of people, but it isn't enough to have a grand parties in. As it is, I only invite about 30 people to this one, and it already feels cramped in here. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride the elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere as well. All Luke's words and not mine. Besides, I have been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Where is he anyway? So I'm guessing she just wants... okay, so it's back in time. So she just wants a house to basically show off to people. And at the same time, my anniversary gift for my husband! Luke is dressed in the nines, as he usually is, and he looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. His butler and valet wait at the side, just in case he isn't ready as he looks. Oh, sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he is on his way out of the penthouse, considering we won't have anywhere else to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol.
He's a racist and an alcoholic!
And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this. This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host. You know how I operate, Hana. Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct.
The
Your
madam?
physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
Oh, he's a German accent. I like all these different accents. It's very nice.
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
Bollocks, I don't remember doing so.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
He did. Moaned about me being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps this was a bit cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance, but if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home.
What a jackass! How are you
we
married
clear?
to this guy? It was a bit of a husband and wife tit for tat, isn't it? All couples have their arguments, yeah, but not like, oh, you get home on your way. I'm gonna fucking leave you if I don't like it. Like, what the heck is that? Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in to you and your partner. Might not always see eye to eye. That's fine. You might argue, but you're not gonna be cruel to each other. You know what I mean? Perhaps it's been the years. Seven of them is nothing to scoff at.
Just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the Triad tasting.
Though sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just a simple disagreement, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an hour-and-a-half drive.
Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff.
Why? Does it matter, dude? Certainly, any problem can be discussed, as long as he doesn't turn me away.
Well, there goes my good mood. Are you happy now, Hana?
Is this guy an abusive prick too? Like, what is he? He's raised as an alcoholic and now he's probably abusive. Great. Why must he treat me this way? No, I'm gonna defend myself. You know what? I like Hannah a little bit more because this guy's a fucking asshole.
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want. I'm ecstatic. Understood. And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed. We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde Mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car.
That's right.
And you are going to behave during the tour.
Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at my little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply, before he crosses his arms to look like, well, a moping child.
Any more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
Oh, bitch, shut up! You're just gonna drink wine and get drunk, right? That's what you want to do.
No wine.
No wine? Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Whose side are you on?
How many times in one day can you ask that?
I'm glad that at least the butler's on our fucking side.
As many times as I need you, traitor.
The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having to stare at the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans like that. But by the time we arrive to the mansion, I see his eyes lit up in genuine interest. Apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde Mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place has been renovated and restored by the owners to what they claim to be acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale or a period piece. It is tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And the number of the other prospect buyers that have come to the powerful and wealthy of Luxburn certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate a primary property. The Lees are amongst the groups who went with the Rose Woman, and I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. Okay, so this is where we caught up with Isabella freaking out about the letter. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabelle. What's her problem? I still don't quite understand what's happening. One moment, she is scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale, then she's panicking over some sort of prank letter or another.
Dear me, is Isabella alright?
It is apparent with the way she shakes and by the pallor of her skin, something has really shaken her up.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
I am worried, but it would be the best if she just attended to by someone familiar like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offer to drink and looks like ready to make a run for it.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me. I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
And she does so, just as I predicted, and her partner follows her like a concerned mother. There's an awkward air among us as we left in the wake of whatever that was. The other murmurs and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl and telling the tale of whoever was not audience to act in the first place. It doesn't take too long for the woman, Rose, to return and pull aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is damage control. Ooh, we're in another room. Okay, the mansion study. Rose invites Marianne too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refusing, saying she is not the one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke. All 2 years to make himself comfortable in the study. He's no doubt already claiming as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young, and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat, too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
I don't understand Hannah. Like, her impression towards Isabella, it was such a bitchy one. That's why I didn't like her. Now I'm confused. She's acting all concerned. Is it just a front to act like she cares, or does she genuinely care?
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up, too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Exactly. Lots of space for guests, parties, a lot of room for little ones to run around too.
Oh, she wants kids.
Let's not discuss that right now, Buttercup.
And this asshole doesn't.
Anyway, I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
I am making her job easier for her, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. We can just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, do you think the woman would be more happy about an easy sale? I know how these estate agents worked, how long they have to wait, and how much they have to spend, even just for a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission on the mansion is nothing to sneeze at, even if she has to split with the Isabelle girl.
Do you think we could have horses here?
Yes, those do sound nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I am able and willing to give a better offer.
A vineyard would be nice.
Is this guy paying attention or like what?
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose. So if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
Helicopter pad.
I pause, and there's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously at Luke. It is an unspoken understanding or rule between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standings, where the image matters, it's also important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I have been well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand...
Wait, what, Luke? No, what? Whatever would we need a helipad for?
Well, he likes to play a fool sometimes, even if it's anything but. As he throws me a weary smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose over. This has to be our home. This is to be our home, and there's nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is a place that speaks of power, of importance, and at the same time of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have our family here? This is definitely no better gift than for our special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Oh! Thank you! Thank you very much! I did not need to see that! Well, except for this ugly painting in her study. It looks like a bad fake of an Ermengarde Mansion painting.
Here's the deal.
What?
I'm willing to pay 10% higher than your listing price.
She's not creeped out by that? Like, I understand there are some creepy looking paintings out there, but I would question, like, what the fuck is that?
If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
Why, though?
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Oh, right. She's been waiting outside the study this whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
There's a look of apprehension when the other woman enters the study. Yet, like a professional, I see the moment when she steels herself from a mask of worry. Admirable.
We have this project, then?
Of course. Will you be needing anything from us?
Oh god, I hope nothing happens to Marianne. I actually like her too, so please be nice, ghost.
Having the floor plans would be a great start, just so that I can look at them beforehand. And if you could tell me when you're available for a meeting so that I can include it in my calendar?
Oh, is a meeting really all that necessary, Marianne? I guess we can send Johans to help you out. You two can start by getting rid of this ugly painting.
Stop showing it to me like that with the creepy music, damn it! A hush falls upon the room at my request.
What painting?
And lo and behold, the painting is gone. Ooh, bitch, what? What? In its place, a mirror stand, which leaves me to look at my own confused expression.
Odd. Well, no matter.
Well, I guess Hannah's gonna die.
Back to the topic at hand. Marianne, dear, we are simply far too busy to meet up.
Or perhaps maybe I should free up my schedule, question the need for a meeting. Free up my schedule! I don't know.
But I guess we can free up a day to meet with you. I don't really need another Maudlin Monday reading about Maury anyway. The book club can function without me for one day. What time shall we be seeing each other? How does lunch sound?
Besides, my house is a higher priority over a book club. Why, we can hold the next meeting in this place. Surely the beauty and grandeur of it will inspire spirited and lively debates about whether modern-day writers could match up to the classics. I might as well clear up the rest of my week to handle whatever affairs buying this mansion requires of me. Any social activities can be put off until the Ermengarde, or rather the Wright's Mansion, great debut. I'll have my fill of great parties and gatherings, especially when I organize them myself.
That sounds good. Although, with a project of this scope, we might need most of the day to tackle your concerns. A more thorough inspection of the place is also preferable.
Breakfast, then. It's a date.
It's really not.
Hang on 1 second, is Marianne gay? Excuse me, is there a lesbian or bisexual character in this? She is blushing right now. Okay, I see you there.
All right. Monday, 10 o'clock sharp. We'll see you then.
Actually, Marianne suggested that we meet at 9, but who is even awake at that unholy hour? I agree with that, actually. I was lucky enough to wake up this morning before Luke went all the way to Cardiff. Let's look at my relationship status as Hannah. So I went up with Marianne and Luke for whatever reason. But anyway, I'm gonna end the episode right here, because that's enough jump scares from me and the fucking painting or me or whatever that was. Hopefully Isabella isn't dead, because she is under the table at her office. But I am worried, like, what if I did stay home? Would that thing be at her house? That's even worse, isn't it? Anyway, you guys let me know in the comments what you think. What do you think of Hannah? Did your opinion of her change now that we're playing as her? My opinion kind of has changed a little bit, but I still don't like her. Let's be honest here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, let me know in the comments what you think, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell button so you know when I upload the next episode of The Letter. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye! Story forward or develop another character. Video game deaths can be tragic. Here are 6 sad character deaths from video games. Roman, Grand Theft Auto 4.